Good morning again. This is a talk for Monday, the 21st of September, and we continue our little brief exploration of the book of Esther. And to pick up the first few verses, approximately 19 verses or so of chapter 1. I had mentioned on Saturday that King Xerxes is throwing this massive banquet. He commands at the end of that his wife, Queen Vashti, is to parade herself in front of all these ogling, drunken men, and she refuses. And he gets really angry, and with the advice of the advisors, she is banished. And thus begins the story of looking for a new queen, which eventually leads to the discovery of Esther, who then becomes the queen. But it raises an interesting question, does it not, in this modern day and era where women are rightly asserting their equality and stature and importance in society. And here's this incredible story of a man who assumes that because he's a man and because he's the king, he has absolute control and can order around, as he so wishes, a woman. And that, I must say, doesn't sit comfortably with me. I do not believe men have the right to order women around. I think that is unbiblical, and it is just completely unrealistic. It is not true. But it is an interesting situation in which we find ourselves. And Queen Vashti, maybe she was a bit headstrong. Maybe there was other ways in which she could have asserted herself. We see her asserting herself much later when her son, this is not part of the book of Esther, but it's part of the historical record. When her son Artaxerxes comes into power, she reasserts herself and comes back into the royal palace and helps to control things. So very much a headstrong lady, but I think women have the ability and the intelligence and the leadership skills. So it raises some interesting debates, and maybe it's something for you to think about. How would you have responded if you were Queen Vashti? How would you respond now if your husband, God forbid, began to order you around like that? How do you stand up for yourself? And how do you assert your leadership skills and your equality before God in this world? Just because you're a woman doesn't in any way make you inferior. You are equal to men. Although obviously I think there are also some quite vast differences between us. So a little set of questions for us to explore on a Monday morning and as we begin the week. How would you respond? Did Vashti do the right thing? It led to her getting into trouble and being deposed and put into exile. That was a bit rough. So folks, let's pick it up again tomorrow morning. God bless.